While most fans are waiting for the next Pokemon Direct or Crown Tundra's release for new information on the upcoming Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC, something has just happened this week on a little-known yet official Japanese Pokemon show that is going to have massive implications, no matter what way you spin it. This changed my perspective on what is going down with the DLC and Pokemon as a whole and has reignited a huge debate, so without any further ado, let's get into it and see what is really going on here. On Saturday night, Sunday morning in Japan time, the weekly Japanese Pokemon show Pokenchi aired a special episode that was meant to serve as a showcase for the upcoming Crown Tundra DLC. Now, Pokenchi is an official Pokemon show that is known for often giving or at least analyzing news regarding new games and whatnot, along with some other strange antics. Now, we knew that the broadcast was going to specifically announce the Kalos Hat Pikachu distribution as well as give an overview of the new Dynamax Adventures feature, but since it wasn't too late, I decided to tune in and see what they'd have to reveal. Especially since this would be the last Pokenchi episode before its release. And not too long in, I saw it. A Stantler that they had featured on screen. Now, normally, I wouldn't have taken a second glance. I mean, come on, it's a Stantler after all. It's widely known as being one of the most forgettable Pokemon out there. But it does have its hardcore fans, don't get me wrong. But this stuck out to me immediately. After all, I've ruthlessly cataloged all 646 Pokemon that are going to be in Sword and Shield after both DLCs are out. And if you're wondering how I did that, there has been a full data mine of all 119 of the returning Pokemon in Crown Tundra that was discovered back in June. So we already know all of the returning Pokemon that will be in the game by the end of its lifespan, barring any third DLC of course. So I did a quick Control F and lo and behold, Stantler is not one of these Pokemon. Instantly, the theories popped up in my head. On the face of it, it seems that either the data mine was wrong, which is extremely unlikely, or there will be even more returning Pokemon than the data mine suggests and they'll likely be patched in. I of course decided to post my finding on Twitter and noticed that many other people were going wild about this too. Eventually, some Japanese users actually translated what it was that was happening while the Stantler was on screen, and they said that the host was indicating that Stantler was his favorite Pokemon. Soon afterwards, as is typical of Twitter, many people came out calling people who thought anything of it dumb for making assumptions. Now hold on just a minute. This same thing has actually happened once before under slightly different circumstances. In April, the Pokemon Company aired the 4th episode of one of its online anime series, Twilight Wings, which took place in the Galar region and featured gym leader Nessa riding a Milotic through the water. During the shot, several Dugong are shown swimming and flying through the water, a Pokemon that is not actually available in the Galar region nor obtainable in Sword and Shield. In this case, uproar ensued to the point where the Pokemon Company actually came out and apologized, in a rough translation saying, "Apology. In the web animation Twilight Wings, some Pokemon that did not appear in Sword and Shield appeared. I am sorry for making a misleading expression." Now this instance I feel is not even as bad as the Stantler one. The series was created to promote Sword and Shield, yes, but it is an anime series after all. It's not an actual game showcase. Still bad, especially given that it serves as marketing for the game and essentially represents the region in a way that isn't in line with reality, portraying it as having something that the games don't actually have. But this time, not only should they have learned from the last time this happened, but this Pokenchi episode was a dedicated showcase for the Crown Tundra, the main series game element itself. When they show the Stantler, the Crown Tundra logo is even right on the screen. If it is indeed the case that Stantler won't be in Crown Tundra, then this guy just randomly said, "Stantler is my favorite Pokemon," for absolutely no reason during a dedicated Crown Tundra showcase with the Crown Tundra logo on screen during the final gameplay demo right before release when Stantler won't exist in this generation or at least all of Sword and Shield. That seems really strange to me. Interestingly, there's a little bit of precedent for this. Junichi Masuda has repeatedly stated that his favorite Pokemon is Psyduck, even when Psyduck wasn't in Sword and Shield, but it of course did make it into the Isle of Armor DLC pack. Granted, the Pokenchi guy is merely an employee of the Pokemon Company and not a higher up at Game Freak, but perhaps that can give us some hope that this wasn't just a massive and totally unnecessary blunder. Regardless, many fans are going to be upset if it does not end up in Sword and Shield after having been portrayed in a Crown Tundra demo, as is to be expected. And I can only imagine if both the Dugong and the Stantler had actually been fan-favorite Pokemon that we know won't be making it in, such as Ampharos, Donphan, Houndoom, etc. The response would undoubtedly be even crazier. At the very least, I can say categorically that this is not the fans' fault for quote-unquote making assumptions when these Pokemon have literally been featured in promotional material for Sword and Shield. With regard to this infamous Stantler situation, man oh man that sounds funny, we have 3 possibilities. The data mine was wrong, there will actually be more returning Pokemon than the data mine suggests, or Stantler was featured for absolutely no reason and won't be obtainable in Sword and Shield at all. Given that they keep doing this, it almost seems to me as if there will be some sort of release for the rest of the Pokemon, even if that means a 3rd DLC of some sort. I just can't fathom why they would keep displaying these Pokemon in Sword and Shield features if they're never going to be in the game. They not only had the Pokenchi host say what his favorite Pokemon was, but the producers evidently knew what it was going to be, since they also included a preloaded graphic of Stantler on screen. And this was obviously approved by the entire Pokemon company for a Sword and Shield television showcase, and they apparently saw nothing wrong with this in the slightest. It's just so mind-numbingly confusing and bizarre. I suppose the only other semi-reasonable explanation would be that they're portraying Pokemon like this because they will be available in Generation 8 as a whole, which could mean something like Diamond and Pearl remakes or Let's Go Johto, at which point they might then introduce a patch for Sword and Shield that allows those Pokemon to then be transferred over, but that is really pushing it. It's just some form of saving grace that I'm trying to find for why they keep being shown. We also do know that Masuda and Omori have said that just because a Pokemon isn't in Sword and Shield doesn't mean it won't be in future Pokemon games. So we know the missing Pokemon aren't permanently gone, but this is Sword and Shield promotional material after all, so it's really hard to find a way to try and reconcile these two things without some sort of transfer capabilities or other Sword and Shield element that we're currently unaware of that will include more returning Pokemon. I mean, hey, that's what I'm hoping for ultimately. I'd really like to see all the Pokemon return, and if Stantler is leading the charge, then I'm all for it. Heck, I'll make it my new mascot Pokemon if I have to, and ride it into battle with my dear Electros and Camrot. Okay, not really, but it is tempting. But enough about me. What do you think about this whole situation, and what do you think is going to happen? Let me know in the comments below. Well, there it is, a very strange situation we've got going on right before the Crown Tundra's release that is sure to change the opinions of many fans when it comes to the game, changes the whole release atmosphere, and has sort of reignited the National Dex issue yet again. I just thought I'd give my take on what's going on, and I hope you found the commentary valuable. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, this has been Soul Spectre, and I'll see you guys next time for more Pokemon videos.